You go,
no,
you have to
okay.
knock on the door, and the guy opens the slot and's like, yeah, what's the code? And you have to give him the finger, and then he opens the door and lets you in, otherwise you ain't coming in.
That's
and you just
cool.
got to have a drink.
No, I didn't go there. That's really cool.
Yeah. I was doing the terrible Chicago accent then, but yes, that was it.
Yeah, it makes me laugh because one of the facts in the Mob Museum is specifically about the flamingo because it used to be owned by the mob.
Bugsy Siegel.
Yeah, and I was like, Mike, in every single room of this hotel, someone's been killed. Like literally every single room, someone's been murdered.
Good fun. And here we are for another episode of Genuine Chit-Chat, and I am joined by two people, someone who joins in quite a lot of conversations. In fact, recently I didn't even mention when we spoke with Paige, I didn't even introduce you, we just started talking, but Megan. And also with us is one of the podfathers of Comics in Motion, one of the creators of the VHS Strikes Back, and also one of the stars of the Chris and Dave's reality cast. I almost called it the CD reality cast like it used to be, but then it sounds like it's the CD reality cast instead of your initials. It is. And also you've been on the radio, like BBC Radio Berkshire and all kinds of other things like that. So, Chris, hello there. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm very well. And thank you for having me on, guys. I really appreciate the fact that we're going to be talking about Vegas, and whether people are bored by it or not, we are talking for it for a long time, Mike. And I will bore everyone fucking senseless. And hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about my boring life, because that's all I watch is Las Vegas. I cannot wait.
Amazing stuff. And the reason for that is because Megan, here with me, is my fiance. And we're going to get married in August of 2024, and we're going to Vegas to do it. We're going to America for a month, and in amidst that time, we are going to Vegas. And hopefully we're going to be seeing a few of our podcasting friends over in America as well. But yeah, because of that, we want to speak with a man who enjoys Vegas so much. He has a tattoo sleeve of it, which if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. Look at that. Yeah, you can see the sign.
Yeah, you can see the sign.
There's a zip code.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's a zip code. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. And in the background as well, there's a Las Vegas reg plate as well. So, you know, and there's also the fridge magnet you've got somewhere. I'm not asking you to go get it, but I know you've got one of those. You've got lots of Vegas stuff. So we want to ask you about Vegas, really. So if we wind it all the way back, we'll get to why you're so obsessed with it. But I want to know, when did you actually first go to Vegas, and what was your experience there?
So I first went in 2012, so it wasn't like years and years ago. It was Sam's 40th. I've always wanted to go to America since I was a kid. Like, just, I love American muscle cars. I love, like, the big V8, I suppose it's the obnoxiousness of America, really. You know, that over-the-top brashness, it's the cars, I grew up on all of them, as everyone knows, you know, Smokey and the Bandit, my favourite movie of all time. She's right there. And these Burt Reynolds stuff signed in this room, as well as Vegas and Marvel and everything. I love America. Like, I just grew up watching them sort of movies. And Sam, we were sort of like saying where we're going to go. And I booked Vegas as a surprise. And then it was my last wish of having a credit card, because basically I was absolutely awful with money, and I still am. But I was like, this is the last thing I put on my credit card. You're gone forever. So I put a deposit on to stay at the Mandalay Bay in Vegas. So 2011, and I had it all planned out. I got the massive Vegas banners and everything. I was going to surprise her just a week before. I was actually going to do it the day before we went, and I thought, no, better not, because she's probably going to want to get clothes, and I don't know what the weather's like, because her birthday's in February. And then the company went bust. So I was like, fucking marvellous that is. So luckily, because it was on my card, the deposit, I got basically all the money back, but we were running out of time. So we were only about 2 weeks before I was supposed to go. So basically I did the surprise without a holiday, as only Chris can do, because I panicked. So I set it all up in my bedroom, massive Vegas banner, balloons, all this stuff. And she'd said to her best friend, right, she admitted afterwards, her best friend Laura, she said, if he doesn't take me to Vegas, because she wanted to go at that point, because I think like a brother had gone and some of her friends and everything, and she knows how obsessed I was with America. And she's like, I'm not going to be happy, right? So I only got this after I booked it. So I had to tell her. So I said, look, we're going to Vegas. However, I've got the money back. We need to go because this company had gone bust. So we went into Thomas Cook in Trafford Centre near us, the shopping mall. And I sound American saying shopping mall. So we go in there, and they had a really good deal on. They actually had a better deal on. So we ended up staying at the MGM Grand, which is probably one of the closest hotels to the airport. It's less than 10 minutes away. And the Strip is right next to the airport. So you land you're there next to the strip. Everything is there. You know, it's unbelievable how close you are. But then we get there in the February 24. Didn't check the weather or anything, did I? So obviously it was about 16, 17, and Holiday Billy has got his shorts on, his T-shirts. It's a desert. It gets roasting or it gets rather cold. And yeah, it was rather cold. So, and we didn't take into account how big everything is, because each hotel is pretty much like when you go into like a massive shopping centre, like what you guys would probably have down, you know, in Southampton. You'd have like a massive shopping centres. They're just huge, the hotels. They're absolute, and the MGM Grand's just massive. Like, it's just ridiculous. So we stayed there for a week, and the first night I got there, so we obviously, when you go to America, if anybody's ever been, you go back in time. So we got the flight at 12 p.m., landed at 3 p.m. the same day after traveling for 10 and a half hours. We get there, and I was adamant. We'd been eating up. I'd paid for like the lounge, and we treated Sam. It was a birthday. We really, you know, pushed the boat out, all stuff that we probably couldn't afford. Did it all. And then we get to Vegas, and I'm like, I want a burger. I've always wanted an American burger. So we went into a Denny's right next to the MGM, which is still there. Got this burger with mash. Don't know what was going on there. It was chips and mash, which was free. And it was so busy, Megan, honestly. I swear to God, by about 6:30, we'd not slept. And I don't sleep on planes. And I was like, I don't like it. I really don't like it. And Sam's like, neither do I. And we were like, what the hell have we done? You know, like, because it was just, everyone was banging into you. I mean, New York people, I don't know if you've been to New York, people are really abrupt in New York, on no manners whatsoever.
Yeah, I have been to New York, and I have been to Vegas, so I understand.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry, yeah. So
I should have
New York.
That. I made it seem like we've never been there. I've never been there.
I went there by myself.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Good work, Megan. Good work. Oh, we will discuss this. Good work. But yeah, so sorry, I've gone off on a right tangent. But basically, 2012, we had a week there, and the next day, obviously, you never sleep. So we woke up about 3 or 4 in the morning with jet lag. And then we were out by 6, walking the streets of Vegas. And then I just absolutely fell in love with the place. I was like, it was like, was it when you watch them films? Even like Kevin in Home Alone 2, when he's walking around New York, like just looking up at everything going, oh my God, I can't explain it. And I understand a lot of people don't like Las Vegas, but it just clicked. And I've just been obsessed ever since. I love the place.
Amazing. So, Megan, how was your experience in Vegas?
Vegas is a weird one for me. So I went to America in 2018. So I actually met Mike on the 4th of July. And then 2.5 weeks later, I fucked off to America for a month because I'd already booked it. Like, I was going to go visit a friend. Like, I was going traveling around for a month. So I flew out to New York, and then I did a few things. I did a little bit of traveling around. I met up with my friend, and then stayed with her like family for a few days. And then I went to New Orleans with her and her sister. And then, so that was maybe like 2 weeks into the month. And then Mary went back home because she had a job to go back to in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then I went to Vegas because I wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. So I actually did enjoy Vegas, considering that I was there by myself. I think I'm very excited to go back with people because I think the experience is going to be completely different. But I enjoyed it. But I understand what you're saying about looking up at the buildings and just being mesmerized, because I felt that when I was in New York, because I had never seen buildings as tall as the ones in New York. And then it's kind of the same feeling when you go to Vegas. I did like it. But I'm very excited to go with others.
when you went to the Grand Canyon, and you went into a casino and did a bit of gambling. And
I went into a few of the hotels. I went into Caesar's Palace, and I won some money in Caesar's Palace on a Monopoly like slot machine thing.
Good work.
And then I used that money and I went to the Mob Museum
in the downtown. Yeah. Nice.
Museum, don't we?
When was that, in 2018, Megan? Sorry.
Yeah, 2018.
What month?
It would have been August that I was in Vegas.
I was there November. I was going to say, it was almost going to be uncanny if you said I was there for Thanksgiving. I would have said, so was I for my 40th. But there you go.
Yeah, because I've never been to America. The closest I've been is Central America, when we went to Mexico with your mum, brother, and sister-in-law. And that was great fun. But obviously, it's a very different experience and things. And in America as well, there's so many parts of it we want to see. You know, Vegas is a part. My two things with coming to America is really the two things I'm doing is that I'm most excited about. Three things, sorry. It's Grand Canyon, Yosemite National Park, and the lightsaber workshop at Galaxy's Edge. But the reason I was like 2
marrying
and then 3.
Megan. No.
No, of course, no. I mean, like because
I'm joking.
We planned the trip, and then we decided what we'll do actually is we'll extend our stay in Vegas by a few days, and we'll get married. So the original trip was loosely the same sort of idea.
Yeah.
But I said 2, not 3, because I was like, well, the lightsaber workshop thing, if they made that in Disneyland Paris, I would just do it there, but they don't. So I'm like, that's like a separate-ish thing to America. But I was like, Grand Canyon is one of the things it's always been on my bucket list. I really, really want to see the Grand Canyon. And when Megan was there, she told me it was great. And you even managed to...
Yeah, they had bloody Wi-Fi. They had Wi-Fi at the top of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll FaceTime Mike.
And this was like this was nearer the end of your trip.
This was towards the end. So at this point, I've probably known you like a month.
No, because we knew each other for 10 days?
Yeah, a month and a half I'd have known you at this point. And then I'm like FaceTiming Mike at the top of the Grand Canyon, like, look at it.
And I was like, even on FaceTime, on low quality Wi-Fi, it looks very impressive and just the scale of it. And I'm just like, you know, as you said, in America, they do everything kind of bigger. They've got the land mass, I think, is like 200 times the size of ours or something nuts. And it's just, obviously the population is about, I think, 5.5 to 6 times more than ours, but the land mass is so much more. There's so many more, there's room to build. That's why in most places, like American houses are so big because they started only, you know, a few hundred years ago actually building on a lot of them. Whereas over here in the UK, we've been, you know, millennia. There's been thousands of years of people just building stuff and wars happening and fighting and building, and the Romans came in and there's the Saxons and all that sort of stuff. So we didn't have as much space. So when I want to go to Vegas, I not only want to see the size of the Grand Canyon because it's one of the wonders of the world, but also how much they put into this. They were like, hey, in the desert, let's just go here and let's just build out. And it's just, I'm very, very excited. Like, do you have a favorite thing about Vegas? Like, what is it? I know it's like the magic and the vibe in a way, but is there somewhere you always like to go? Is there somewhere you always wanted to go and it's one of the core memories in a sense of Vegas? Like, what do you think of in that positive light?
Well, it's funny, you know, because we have never been to the Grand Canyon in all the times we've been there.
And how many times have you been there?
This will be our 5th time this year. And we're going, we've already got next year pretty much booked as well. So we may go this year. And the reason why, when we've went the other times, 3 other times we've been, have always been a week, right, we're going to the Grand Canyon, going to the Grand Canyon. And then we haven't, because you lose a full day if you go, unless you do the helicopter, as you know, my goodness, unless you do the helicopter. If you're going to be based at Las Vegas, you can do the Hoover Dam, which is about 40 minutes outside, go to the Grand Canyon. But the Grand Canyon could be 4 hours without traffic. They do coach trips, Mike, as well, which is really good. And I know everything about all the tours, the South Rim, the North Rim. The South Rim's the one you want to go to do the walk-off area and everything that they'll talk about. But the helicopters, we're sort of looking at doing, if we can afford it, if we can save it, we're going to do the helicopter, because you're only out for about 3 or 4 hours and it's 40 minutes in the helicopter and it's supposed to be amazing. But I think what I like is the fact that, you know, like you've been like kids or anything, but I just love the fact that just nobody cares. Everyone's there to have a good time. I like a lot of music. Obviously, you know, I like a lot of rock music and that. And I don't like a lot of the American, you know, like they just call it the poodle rock. And I'm not a fan of Bryan Adams and even Journey. You know, I like, you know, Don't Stop Me Now and all that. But you get that over there, Bon Jovi. I'm straight on it. I'm like, you know, but I can't stand that music here. But you get in a bar, like the Julian piano bars, where you're dropping them a couple of dollars and they'll play together. We've got videos of like guys doing an AC/DC, you know, a Highway to Hell, and these 2 guys on the piano. Guy just gets on the piano playing the guitar, and I'm like, please get me up there. It might sound out of tune, but I'd love to sing with you guys, you know. So I don't know. I mean, there's nothing specifically we do when we go that I can turn around and say we have to do it every time we go. It's just the freedom of, I've let Sam plan it this time. So I've said to her, like, not let her plan it, but Sam's really organized and we used to just freewheel it and just do whatever we want. And last time we went, we did 4 days in Vegas, 3 days in New York, which was the worst thing we ever did, because we should have done 3 days in New York and then gone to Vegas, because when we went from Vegas to New York, it was like going from, I don't know, so basically it was just a disaster going from like a city that's for tourists to a city that's a working city, and it's just like go to London. There's some great spots, but then you've got other, people are just living and
you almost want the intensity of New York and then to relax in Vegas, not to start with the relaxing and then go somewhere really intense and then have to fly home.
New York's an interesting one.
The bagels.
Yeah. The bagels.
Yeah. The bagels are nice.
The bagels are great.
Megan in a bagel store, quick tangent, is people were...
Yeah, on my first morning in New York, I had gotten up. I was like, right, gonna go have a bagel. So.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah. Because I managed to avoid jet lag because I stayed awake for 28 hours and then slept the entire flight there. And I landed at 8 a.m. So it was like I just woken up normal. But yeah, the next morning I went and got a bagel and I went into this shop to get one. And they have so many different types of bagels. It's an overwhelming amount of choice. And the guy behind me was really fucking rude because he made a comment about me being British and he was like, oh yeah, classic. You don't know what you want. I was like, how is this a classic situation? You've got 5,000 types of bagels. I was like, in England, there's 5.
10
wankers, aren't they?
Yeah.
You'll usually get as well. You might have got this, Megan. You get this a lot, Mike, especially in Vegas. Hey, where in Australia are you from? I'm like, nowhere. I'm from the UK. No, you're Australian. No, I'm not. I'm from the UK.
But I wonder if because you're from the more northern part of England and we're from the south, that we wouldn't be mistaken for it.
I don't know. I've had people in America tell me that I'm lying to them about my accent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe
I've had the same as you, that they're adamant that I'm Australian, and I'm like, no, I'm from England.
Maybe it's because I speak more proper. Maybe because I've had people contact me through the podcast, and a lot of Americans say they really like the way I speak, and I'm like, I remember my dad telling me, he's like, oh, when you go to America, you get a lot of them that ask you to say certain words and phrases because they're just interested. I don't know if because of, this was decades ago when Dad told me that, but I don't know if because of the internet it's not quite as exciting when people are talking in different accents. It can come across as rude because obviously on the internet now you can just find anyone saying anything in any language. I don't know where that was going, but back to your story. Chris, about Vegas and New York not being enjoyable.
So the New York, it was a great trip, but when we were there in September 22, was the last time we went to Vegas and New York, was the Queen had just passed away, and we were there for September 11th as well. So it was a completely different. The last day was just all the police and the fire and all the uniforms. It was dead somber experience for the last day. But anyway. Fuck New York, because I don't think we're back there ever again. Let's get back to Vegas. No, what I would say is I just like the fact that no matter what time of the day, there's only one clock in Las Vegas, and that's in the Old Town in Fremont Street. None of the casinos have clocks. I've genuinely gone to bed and watched cowboys gambling on the tables, got up 6 hours later or 5 hours later, gone downstairs to get something to eat, and then the same people are there. And that's not a blag, that's not a cliche. The same people in the set still gambling, drinking, and you're like, how are you actually living? And how is your liver still surviving? And it's just this silliness. And don't get me wrong, there's a few dodgy bits. There is a homeless problem. Like the first day we were there last time, Jordan had been in 2018, but she could gamble this time. We go to the CVS, we've done a bit of gambling. My sister come down from Vancouver with her husband because they always come and meet us. Walked out, and there's a woman there completely naked screaming outside the shop, and we were like, my sister just drops a line then, doesn't she? Well, came here this morning, she had about $5,000 in her pocket, and she was loaded with clothes on, and basically everything's just been taken off. Vegas has got the better of her. So there is that, but it's safe. You feel safe, Mike. I genuinely do. I'm not just saying it.
I mean, I felt safe walking around by myself.
Yeah. I'm not fearful of Vegas. I'm more fearful of America and people all being able to have guns. That's just a whole America thing.
The only time that I felt unsafe in Vegas is that because I stayed in a hostel.
Yeah.
So I share proper backpacky traveler
gap year.
Well, not gap year, gap month. So I was sharing a room with I think it was 5 other people. Maybe there was definitely 2 other people, but the only time I felt unsafe was when I was walking from there towards the Strip, because it wasn't central, and there were just a couple of dodgy alleyways. But once I got to the Denny's, then I knew that I was safe.
Yeah, stay on the Strip. You're right. Stay on the Strip, and if you go to Fremont Street downtown, get the juice bus. You can get a pass all day. It takes you right to the end of the strip, or you get an Uber basically. We get an Uber, or they have another one called Lyft, Lyft. So if you download that app, Mike, before you go, then you'll get, even for Uber, you'll get discounts on your rides and that. So because it's actually cheaper now to get from the airport to get an Uber when you land. Are you landing at Vegas, or are you coming in from somewhere else? Are you actually going to land?
We're flying to Vegas, and I think, we either pre-book or get an Uber. I think I got an Uber last time.
No, don't get an Uber. So it's just changed. So now all the taxis. So this is one of your first tips from Chris Phelps Travel Vlogs. I might as well promote my YouTube channel, Phelps Travel Vlogs. I have various Vegas vlogs on there as well. But so just get a normal taxi, because now they're actually prefixed the pricing. So where are you actually staying? Oh, the Flamingo, aren't you?
Yeah, we're staying at the Flamingo.
So it's
yeah. Tonya said that she might be able to pick us up. So
that's even better.
We might actually have a lift.
Oh, excellent.
Which would be lovely. But yeah, we are staying at the Flamingo.
A lift with an I, not a Y.
Nice. Yeah, with a Y. Yeah. And it will help you get around, because they actually have outside the hotels the Uber Lyft areas. Tip number 2 is, you always get the guys trying to give you the CDs. You've probably seen these, Megan, in New York. They do in Vegas. If the guy comes up to you and goes, hey, I'm a up-and-coming artist, just fucking say, I'm not interested. As soon as he puts that CD in your hand, they start, and they'll try and get money off you. So don't let anybody give you anything. The funniest thing I saw actually, one of the bridges as you're going from cinema, going to between the hotels, was in 2012, this guy said, kick me in the balls for $10 and put it on YouTube. And we've seen him every day, and we're like, no fucking way. Because you get the old blokes there, I'm a Vietnam vet, I just like beer. Others going, I'm homeless, I need and these guys like, I like beer. And he got most of the money, because everyone's like, well, at least he's being honest. You give him $1. But this guy was there, this young lad, every day, kicked me in the balls for money and put it on YouTube. And we're just like, fucking nonsense. And then one day we walked past him, and he's on the floor, literally looking like an ambulance needs to pick him up. And they're filming in these like proper, the proper American jobs, like, because everyone has beers in their hand. Everyone can carry alcohol on the street. You can carry alcohol wherever you go. You just, because they can smoke in Vegas. It's the only place in Vegas where you can smoke. One of the only places in America you smoke indoors, because they don't want you leaving the cinema.
They said a lot of the casinos and things are very smoky.
Everything.
Like, that's so weird, because like I can remember in the UK when there's a couple of local pubs that we used to go to, especially at Christmas. And I remember we'd sit in the corner and it'd be like, I can't see anyone.
Well, yeah, I also remember the smoking zone and the non-smoking zone.
Which it then just wafts into.
When it just wafts into anyway.
No, it's really, Park MGM, where we're staying, is the only casino on the strip that's non-smoking. That's why we're staying there again. And that's across the road from the MGM next to New York. So, and tip number 3 is, jump on the slots, put whatever money you want in, $1, $2, you get as many drinks as you want, and just tip the waitress $1 per drink. So if there's 2 of you, give her $2. We usually start with a $5, couple of $5, and then and you get drinks, and you can get absolutely smashed, because drinks and alcohol are so expensive at the bars. Do not pay for them at the bars, because they are so expensive. Honestly, guys, and everyone wants fucking tipping. It's even worse in New York. Everyone wants tipping. I'm not giving you the bad stuff. This is just, always make sure when you get money, because you can pay for everything on your card now, but always make sure you've got $1. I always get about $100 worth of $1 when I go to the travel agent, or $50 worth, and then just keep tipping him $1. So, but if you've got any slot machines, I never played the table. We just do the slot machines. We love the slots. It's $1 a drink. You can have whatever you want. We get there. I was about to ask.
It literally is any kind of drink. It's not just
like reason. I assume it's not
anything. No
so if I wanted to have like a cocktail.
Yep, I've seen loads of pina coladas on all the Vegas vlogs, and they are like this. They're massive. So not as big as that, but which you can't really see, Mike, but like that. But it's like
one.
Yeah, like that. So and also at the Link Hotel, which is near where you're staying, the Flamingo and the Link next to him, go into the Irish bar, and there is frozen Baileys that everybody raves over. I think it's O'Neill's Irish. I think it's O'Neill's, but it's on the Link Promenade. Irish Baileys. It's unbelievable, like a milkshake.
Oh my God, I love Baileys.
So anyway, I'm not going to give you tips, but just to give you a few little things to get going on.
No, definitely, we need it.
Yeah, and it's one of those, because like you've been there so many times. Like, I know you said you kind of just get there and float around, but what do you end up doing out of interest? Like, what kind of stuff do you like doing? Like, what would be like the average day of the Phelps family in Vegas?
So as an example, on the last trip we did, first day we get up, go to Denny's. Denny's is really cheap. So a lot of people slate it, but we were fine. It was costing us like $60. You get a stack of pancakes free. You get these little dough ball things, which are unbelievable with like icing sugar on. Even me,
a couple of times, didn't you?
I ate at Denny's quite a lot when I was in Vegas,
Honestly, there was nothing. It was absolutely fine. We went there every day because a lot of the Vegas community that we're part of, all the people who vlog and go more than we do, that keep us going. You know, when we're not there, they'll like go to like, oh, posh. I've gone to this restaurant. I've gone to that restaurant, and it's like, how are you affording all this? Because it can be expensive. So we just do a lot of the cheap eat stuff. We do Denny's. It's not really Subway, but sandwich places, bit of a burger. There we usually do one nice meal when we're there. But yeah, we go to Denny's. But as we're walking through the casino, you've got to have a little $20 little snifter between. So I'll have $20, Sam has $20, and Jordan on the slots. Waitress comes over, 7 o'clock in the morning because you're not sleeping. I'll have 2 champagnes and a vodka and orange. No problem. And I'm not a big drinker, but in Vegas, I'll do whatever I want. So we're there, 2 or 3 champagnes down. It's 8 o'clock. We're buzzed. We're walking over to Denny's. Get the breakfast. And then what we do then, Sam loves sunbathing, which really frustrates me because she just wants to sunbathe for like 8 hours. And I'm like, but the machines, the slots, it's Vegas. We can't just sit here. And she's like, nope, I'm sunbathing. So we've got a bit of I think we're working out about 4 hours and she's pretty close. So make sure she can't hear me. But there's 4 hours rule potentially that she can sunbathe. But it's so hot anyway. It's absolutely steaming, as you know, Megan. But then it'll just be gambling. So we go from casino to casino. We're not, honestly, like my friends will bet hundreds, thousands of dollars, and we're like, forget that. I usually have a rule of $20 in a machine. We bet the lowest, which will be 75 cents. Sometimes it's 50, and now and again it's $1. If I go over my stake, then I up my bets. And then like last time, Sam and John did really well. They ended up about $500-600 up each. I was a few hundred up, but I said to him, I'll pay for all like the food and everything. I was like, I'll pay for all the food. So I broke even, I was still happy with that. And then we used to do the shows like on the strip. You've got the Ticks for Tonight stalls like they have in New York, and you'll get 2 for 1. Never pay for any of the shows until you get there, and you'll see these kiosks on the strip, and you'll get tickets. They're cheap because the hotels do them, but like for stuff like the Beatles Cirque du Soleil and that, it's really expensive if you do it like the Mirage or like the Michael Jackson one's brilliant, by the way. The Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil, and we saw the Michael Jackson tribute one, which is really good. We saw that at the Stratosphere 5 years ago. I thought that was excellent. But yeah, so stuff like that, they're like little tips. And when you're in the taxi going from the airport to the hotel, they've got leaflets about Vegas tourism leaflets. Get them booklets because there's loads of vouchers you can use at like Denny's 2 for 1. It shows these vouchers in them. So use the maps and that because you'll get stuff, and they take them. They take them everywhere. So but we would do that, and we just sort of meander through the day. But this time we've got proper things to do, hence why we might end up doing the Grand Canyon. And we are going to do things because it's our 20th. If you're getting married there, it's our 25th wedding anniversary. It is in August as well, unfortunately, but we're going in September, which I'm gutted about really now because it would have been lovely to be there for your wedding. But yeah, it's just, I can't explain it. Like it just fits us. We could be silly. We can get absolutely hammered. You can, because of the jet lag, you can go to bed at 4 p.m, wake up at 9 and go out till 4 or 5 a.m. It's outrageous, and I absolutely love it. It's just, yeah. Then Dave, to be fair, Dave's been a few times. I think he's been 3 or 4 times. He just doesn't, he loves it, but not as much as me. And we've been trying to go together. But there's no way I'm going to get away with going me and Dave to Vegas. Not a chance.
The ultimate lad's holiday, I suppose. Yeah, it's one of those. I'm excited to go. I'm not much of a gambler, but I will obviously be involved in the slots and things like that. Just have fun to experience it and things. I almost equate it to what Megan and I like doing. Megan more than me is down at like Hailing Island and places like that, having so like old school arcades, 2p machines. You know, you don't get 1p machines, but 2p machines, like those kind of things. And
I love them.
You love those, and I
have to set myself a limit though, because I will spend loads of money on the claw machine, even though I know it's rigged.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a claw machine, but also the ones where you put the 2p's in and
it pushes and stuff. Yeah.
That, and almost in a way, like the 75-cent slots or whatever, they're not far removed from that. Like low amounts of money and a little rush of while things are happening, and then you may or may not win a bit more than you put in, and it's just kind of that with alcohol in a really cool different place.
It is, and what you should do is when you get there, the MGM properties and the Caesars are the main properties on the strip. They have a rewards desk where you get a card and you use the card, so you'll get free play on the slots, and you plug it in the machine when you're gambling. So there is actually, Megan, claw machines where you can put dollars in, and it's a claw with the ball. And it grabs it, and if you get it, it can be anything up to like thousands of dollars to $5, and they're all in the casinos now. They are everywhere. In the MGM Grand, so you write this one down, Matt. So like the MGM Grand, the Horseshoe it's called now. It used to be Bally's. They have got proper arcades, as in what we would have here, but they're not for money. Just like silly arcade machines. There's a Twilight Zone in the Horseshoe, like golf experience and that downstairs. Circus is the one. It's an absolute shithole, but it's got like a fairground. New York's got the roller coaster, which you see straight away. They've got a little kids area, arcades, and there is actually past the Las Vegas sign, there is the Pinball Museum, where it's just all old arcade machines, like, computer games sort of style, but loads of pinball machines. And then at the other end of the strip, past the Stratosphere, going towards Fremont Street, you've got the Neon Museum, which is all the old signs off the old like bars, clubs, hotels, all in a big graveyard, all lit up, and you can walk around them and everything. They're all like, for different, if you want a different type of day,
that's
basically.
Cool. No, I like that.
Yeah.
We love museums, don't we?
Well, yeah, I went to the Mob Museum.
Did you go to the bar though, Megan?
The where?
It's the Mob Museum.
Yeah.
At the side of the Mob Museum, like Prohibition days, you get a code online. You have to knock on the door, and the guy opens the slot and's like, what's the code? And you have to give him the finger, and then he opens the door and lets you in, otherwise you ain't coming in.
That's
you just
cool.
Go and have a drink.
No, I didn't go there. That's really cool.
Yeah. I was doing the terrible Chicago accent then, but yes, that was it.
Yeah. It makes me laugh because one of the facts in the Mob Museum is specifically about the flamingo, because it used to be owned by the mob.
Bugsy Siegel.
Yeah, and I was like, Mike, in every single room of this hotel, someone's been killed. Like literally every single room, someone's been murdered.
Good fun. Flamingo fun. Yeah, I mean, we're excited to go. There's certain things that we said we want to do because we're there for. It's about a week.
We're there for a week. We arrive on the Tuesday, and then we fly out early morning on the Tuesday to LA for the next.
Oh, you'll do loads.
So yeah, obviously we're going to have a day is going to be the wedding. There's going to be a day.
Well, one day will be the wedding. One day will be the Grand Canyon, because as you said, it is a long day. Because I did it with a tour, and I think I got picked up at like 3:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And then we went to the Hoover Dam and we went to the Grand Canyon. We were there for a few hours, and I think we got back around 4-ish. And then I treated myself to a classic Las Vegas buffet.
Nice. Good work. The buffets are ace.
Yeah, they are great.
I love a buffet.
They're expensive, but they're fantastic.
Yeah, well, eating, because you say just always, you basically each morning just go to Denny's, just because it's cheaper.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I see, you could still do this. So we have an app on our phones called My Vegas. So the My Vegas app, you play virtual slot machines every day. Not for money. You can pay money, but we don't pay money. It's free. You get like 15 million to gamble with every day. You create basically you have the virtual coins that you win convert to real money. So I've got 1.3 million coins. Sam's got about 4 million. She's never stopped playing. But what'll happen is that 1.3 million, when we get to Vegas, this hotel's booked in Sam's name because we've done it direct this time. So we put the flight separately, and then we've done it direct, the hotel. Because it's cheaper, because you have a resort fee. So when you pay the Flamingo, it's probably going to be around $45, $50 a day. So when you leave, you'll have to pay that separate to what you've already paid. So do you know that, the resort fee?
Yeah, we booked through the Flamingo as well. We booked direct with them, and then it said the total price, and they said that was including all of the taxes. Oh, that's good. Stuff like that.
So it's the resort fee. Then
I think that's included from what I understand from when we booked it. But
that's good. It will be. If you've put direct, it will, because ours is. But when you do it through like TUI or Virgin or whatever, BA, you get your pants pulled down basically for another 250 quid, the blaggers. It's a fake, it's Wi-Fi and towels. It's like you utter blaggers. But anyway, what you can do is them vouchers 2 for 1 for Denny's. They'll be on the back of that map thing. There'll be different vouchers. But this My Vegas app, so we play it every day. My 1.3 million gold coins converts to, I'll get at least $175 worth of free play, 2 for 1 buffets at the hotels, 2 for 1 drinks, starters, mimosas, cocktails, 2 for 1 at different hotels. There's a bit of conjecture because like the hotels in Sam's name this Sam, she got a better deal than me. So we've got 3 nights comped basically. So 3 of the nights we're not paying for. We just pay the resort fee, which is good because we've played there in the past and that. And we could have got the whole trip for free, to be honest, because we didn't want to move from the Park MGM. We could have stayed at like the Luxor for 4 nights and 3 nights at another hotel because you have to move if you're going to do that. But we could have stayed for free and just paid the resort fee at the end of it. But what you'll find is that each hotel has the Flamingo. The Flamingo's really nice. They've done it all up, and you're in a great spot there because you're next to the link. You're next to all there's loads of things to do there. You've got the massive like London Eye behind you, and you can pay for. If you pay the alcoholic one, they go up in half an hour. There's a barman there, a bar lady there. You get absolutely fucking smashed. Like you just get levered. It's going dead slow. And you do it. I did it for my 40th. We didn't do the alcohol one, but I know friends who've done it, and you just get absolutely hammered. But it's just so when you go there, the My Vegas thing's brilliant, and everyone uses it. But you'd be able to play it now if you get the My Vegas app. It's there. It's an MGM app for the MGM properties. So I think Flamingo is Caesar's property, but you could use it at one of the others. And we've got all sorts lined up, especially Sam's. Like she's got like 4 years worth of playing. Like I flick in and out, but I've got enough for some freebies when we go. But she'll probably get the free play because you have to stay there for 3 days or more to get it. Whereas Sam, I haven't, but last time they give it us both. So I'm going to do the old, I didn't realise that, sir. No blag. So, but they're always trying to give you stuff all the time, and the Cheesecake Factory, which you've got to go to, is in Caesar's Palace in the Grand Shops. It's a bit of a walk. Well, you stayed at Caesar's Palace, but
so I'm really excited about the Cheesecake Factory. That's one thing that's on my list of places that I want to go to.
Because you stayed in the hostel?
I stayed in a hostel, but I went to Caesar's Palace I went through the massive shopping mall. That's where I bought you the Las Vegas lighter. No, is it the Stratosphere? Does that have a roller coaster at the top, like a spinny one?
So I've done that roller coaster. So
that's the one that you're talking about.
I actually wanted. So what there is with that, there was a roller coaster went round. It's not running now. There's a roller coaster that comes and hangs you over the edge. So I did that on my 40th. Sam doesn't like heights, and we were supposed to do it 2013 when I went back the second time, and my sister bottled it. She's like, "Yeah, we'll go on." Sam and my brother were like, "I hate heights. We're not going." So me and my sister, we hired a Mustang, and I'm like, I'm thinking of Burt Reynolds going up and down the strip. Pulled up, I'm like, right, we're doing it. My sister looks up at the strat and went, I've got a migraine. I was like, you are taking the fucking piss now. So we didn't do it. So in 2018, I said, I want to go on this roller coaster. So we went, and Sam was supposed to do it for the vlog, and Sam actually didn't record it until the last second when you just see me going down and just hanging. But it was dark, so you couldn't really see Vegas, but it was pretty scary. But and then I was going on the claw, so it's like I'm not getting the angles right at all, but it's like a claw, and it hangs you over the edge and spins. God. And you see me on the vlog as I'm walking to get on the ride. It comes on because you're 1,000 foot in the air. It just comes on saying, "Please, we're closing the ride because of the wind." So like, well, maybe it was a bit of a godsend. And I'm literally sat in the seat ready to go.
Oh my God! And
they got us off, and I was like, "What's going on?" But the one I want to do is where you jump off the stratosphere. So Matt Bates, who is one of our Patreons, who on their VHS mic, he's a vlogger from Vegas as well. He ended up finding our channel through the VHS through like my YouTube channel. Me and him are meeting up in September. He's in Vegas when I'm there. I've never met him before. He's a lovely guy, Matt, but he's done the jump off the stratosphere. Even his dad's done the jump. His dad's like late 60, 70, and you basically just dive off the side of it like a bungee jump. So I sort of want to do that. But
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I've done skydiving, but I've not done bungee jumping.
Well, I've never done it, and I'm like, I've got to do it. And Sam's like, you're not going to do it. It's like, I am going to do it. So I might do it this time. But a little tip for you. Cross the road from the stratosphere is where the porn shop, where porn stars. It's right across the road from the stratosphere.
P-A-W-N.
Yeah, PA, yeah. Not that. There is the other porn stuff. Yeah, there is other porn stuff in Vegas, but yeah, it's that off the show, that Rick thingy and that his family. It's not very big actually, but yeah, that's pretty close.
Nice. I was going to ask, you mentioned the rewards card. So, So I've noted about the app, but the rewards card itself. So, can anyone get that? Does it cost money? What's that all about?
No. So when you check in at the Flamingo, you basically go to reception, you get your room and all that, and you go downstairs, and there'll be a rewards desk next to the reception, or if not, it'll be on the casino, because the casino and reception, you've got to walk through the casino. They know what they're doing. You've got to pay and all that stuff. You can check in now without going to the desk. However, I have another tip for you in a minute. So go to the rewards desk. You need to always have your passports on. You would know this, Megan, yourself. Like the MGM one day, me and Sam were like, I'll tell you what, let's get a bit comfortable. I've got some cracking stories to tell you actually in a bit, but should we go and get a bottle? So I was like, yeah, let's go and get a bottle. I walked down the MGM Grand, through the casino, straight outside to a 7-Eleven, and it's fucking miles away. Gets to the till, and I was 33 at the time, so it was 12 years ago. Guy went, have you got any ID? I'm like, are you taking the fucking piss? And everywhere asks you for ID. So whatever you do, I always carry a sling bag with my passports in at the front and everything. Because if you win as well on the slots, if you win at the moment, if you win over $1,200, which is called a hand pay, they're trying to change the rules to $5,800, but it's an old rule from like 1979 where $1,200 was a lot. You have to produce your passport. So if you're on the other side of Vegas and you've got no ID on you, you're knackered, and you need it anyway to prove you're in the UK, because then blaggers will try and make you pay tax, even though you're from the UK. You have to fill out an ITIN form to claim your tax back. Some will pay you, and some will get a bit funny. But yes, always have your ID on you. Always have your ID on you wherever we go. What was the saying then, Max? I've just gone off on a tangent as usual.
The rewards card.
Sorry. So yes, you go to reception with your passport, sign up for a rewards card. They'll usually say to you, right, you've got a free drink, or you might have $20 free play, or sometimes they'll say you got $100 free play if you sign up. But every hotel you go in, if it's not an MGM or Caesars property, which is only, I think, Treasure Island and the Strat and that are not, you use your cards, just plug it in and you'll gain points. If you ever go back, you'll get freebies. The first ones, you'll get free stuff, but the reward stuff helps you if you go a second time, if you like it, or if you but I would definitely recommend it, because they'll have offers on for like new customers and stuff. And everyone has them. Everyone has the little belt buckles, like a caretaker at school with a little, stretchy thing with the cards on and plug them in. But bear that in mind though, that if you go to a machine and there's a card on the machine, either not in, but it's on the machine, or it's plugged in, whatever you do not go on that machine. Because I did it in 2012, and there was a woman there, an old woman playing a game, and there was a guy next to her smoking away, and she fucked off. So I didn't have a clue. We didn't even join up for the rewards like cards then. We didn't know what they were. So I sat down, licensed to lurk, thinking like, Phoebe or Friends, thinking, oh, here we go. Because there's no coin machines, by the way. There's only in Fremont. It's all notes, and you get tickets out. You never get cash back. You have to walk through the machine, so you're going to be tempted to play in somewhere else to get your money when you win, but you have to go to like an ATM. So I went starts playing this machine, lost $20 in record time. Next minute, the guy who was sat next to me, who was seeing this woman who was gambling, he then gets on the machine. She comes back and kicks off royally with him, thinks it's him. He's pointing at me and I'm legging it out the casino like, fuck that. Because they basically think they own the machine. So if there's machine cards in them, they'll leave them in as if to say, that's my machine. Not supposed to. You can technically go, fuck off. But like Megan said, they could be carrying a gun or whatever. So you just try and be a bit coy. However, I have Chris Phelps. I don't really say this a lot on the podcast, but in my heyday, and this isn't like not a boasting thing, but my job was a buyer for a long time, and I've always been known to pull a blag out, right? So, Las Vegas. The free stuff that I've had in Las Vegas, because of my cockiness probably, and cheekiness, and not giving a shit, is pretty good. So, because it's have a nice day, they don't want to upset you. You can pretty much get anything. So So I've done this. This is true. So this is God's honest truth, right? On Jordan's life, this is so true. So because I did this for years. It's bad now. And if I look back, I feel really bad. But I used to be able to get free meals anywhere. In Manchester, I would go in the Trafford Centre, and if you listen, Your Honour, I've to change character. But I could go to the Trafford Centre, and where McDonald's and KFC was, and there'd be massive queues on a Saturday, Sunday. Walk to the side. I've done this since it opened in 1990. I used to walk to the side, even up to a couple of years ago, and go, I've just ordered a meal there, mate. My missus has, she's sat over there, the Big Mac's missing. All right. Oh, who's searching? I ain't got a clue, mate. She's over there. Sorry about that. There you go. So there's your Big Mac. Got to start KFC. Chicken popper meal's missing. All right. There you go, sir. Sorry about that. Or go and get a milkshake. I used to get meals, but that was the tip of the iceberg. And what I would do is I'd go into the restaurants and say, I came in on Saturday and it was terrible. Or I used to get meals all the time. I'm not even exaggerating. Frankie and Benny's, I used to be and Pizza Hut, a free VIP. I cannot explain the stuff that I've had. And Dave will back it up. I was always blagging. I've blagged free holidays. I love the blag. I love the challenge of a blag. Or like Friday nights, if the lads had come round and we were like, so what are you going to get us tonight? So me and my brother, he tried to step up to the plate at that point and he could do it, but it was like, let's have it. So we'd have like Pizza Huts coming, Burger King's coming for free, McDonald's. Honestly, I cannot explain the amount of freebies I've had over the years. So when we was going to Vegas, 2012, didn't know what was going on. Thought, I'm not going to do my usual blagging because I'll probably get shot. So I didn't. So when I got there, I realised that you could do some freebies. So this is so true, this, right? So 2012, February, they're renovating the MGM Grand. Sam's 40th birthday. Middle of the night, we wake up, we can hear a load of water, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? So go in the bathroom, fucking toilet and sinks overflowing like some horror movie. No, luckily it was clear water, thank God. It wasn't like sewage. But the water, so it had gone all over the floor, but it wasn't bad. So we rang the reception. They were up within minutes, cleaned it all up, done. That was the end of it. Didn't think anything of it. Went home. We're really sorry, sir. You know, they apologised the last day. Didn't give us any freebies, but we were like, we love the place. We're like, no, it's fine, it's fine. I get home, and then obviously my spidey senses start twitching. I thought, you know what? We're going back May 2013. I was like, right, Virgin Media, can you put American calls on my phone for a month, please? Yeah, no problem. I ring up the MGM Grand. Hi, Mr. Phelps, came here last February. Yeah, we've got record. Room flooded. Oh, yeah, we've got that in the notes. Yeah, well, it ruined mine and my wife's wedding anniversary. Our wedding anniversary is August. Doesn't really matter. Right, Mr. Phelps, we were going to put you in a normal room. What we're going to do is we're going to put you in the penthouse suite when you come. We want to take you to a show. We want to give you buffet stuff. We are so sorry. No problem at all. We gets there. The Rolling Stones were on. Because I actually remember in the reception, some woman was dressed as the Kiss thing in a big. She just walked around all weekend in this as a giant lips. Giant lips. Everyone had the shirts on. This woman just kept walking around in high heels. It was just bizarre. And the room wasn't ready. And they said, sorry, someone from the band is using the penthouse. We're so sorry. We're going to have to put you in a normal room for the first 3 days. And we were like, all right, okay. We're really sorry. Here's 2 tickets to Cirque du Soleil, front row tonight. All right, thanks very much. So we had that. We were both falling asleep actually at one point because one of the artists jumped on us because we were like out at the front because we were jet lagged. It's true, honestly. This guy was like a ninja and jumped on us, and like when me and Sam went, holy fuck, jumped up. Amazing show. Cirque du Soleil, I would recommend. Amazing. So we saw one of them.
We saw one of them.
Yeah, we saw one at the Royal Albert Hall. Yeah.
Fantastic. But there's loads of them. There's like
there's amazing. Yeah. I mean, I've seen an Elvis one there, and I think they're so good. If you get a chance, please go and watch them. But so I guess these free tickets. Then after 2 or 3 days, they put us in the penthouse. I am not exaggerating. This penthouse was bigger than my house. It was fucking massive. These pictures on my Facebook in 2013. I'm lay starfish. I'm fully clothed just to prove that, for size at 6'2", this is how big this bed was and how big the hot tub was. So we got all this stuff free, and they give us like buffets free. They give us meals at this top chef's restaurant free. My sister had the meal with us. It was absolute blag. So then, because they changed rooms, they give us $100. $100 room fucking, for food and everything, right? So I ordered all the rooms. So me and Sam are sat there, Hugh Hefner fucking dressing gowns, MGM Grand, the white thing, thinking we're loaded. We're in one of the best rooms in the hotel. the guy comes up, the waiter, with all the food. So we've got like burger sliders, pizzas, everything. It was loads of food, desserts, cheesecakes, everything. He comes up, he's thinking, this room's probably about $1,000 a night. It must have been. It was fucking massive. So he comes in and I'm like, holy fuck. No, don't set the table, mate. We're fine with a massive dining table. No. Me and Sam are sat there like proper, like, like thinking we're big time. The guy gets the tablecloth out, sets the table, it's all china, proper cutlery, like gold cutlery. And I'm like, oh my God. Sam's like, what's the matter? I'm like, just, oh, fucking hell. So the guy goes, thank you very much, sir. Have a great meal. He wants a tip. So what's Chris got on him? $3. So the guy, I give him the money like this, like the old slide of hand. Went, enjoy yourself. Thanks very much. He must have got outside the room going, the fucking cheap bastards. He's probably like that outside the room. No wonder they're in the penthouse, the cheap bastards. So anyway, we get this meal. I felt awful. I was trying to find this guy for the rest of the trip. I thought, I've got to give him at least $10 or something. I bet he was thinking, you absolute shysters, like you absolute, no wonder you're in this room. So on the last day, it got worse. On the last day, my sister was there at this point, and she used to be in on it. The whole family could do it, but they would all I would do a little training course for my brothers and sisters to get, because there's 9 of us. I'm the oldest of 9, so I do a little training course for them all. So Portia, my sister's there, and we went out in the morning, our last day, and the room locked us out. The penthouse locked us out. And we're like, what's going on? We're not leaving. So we had a late checkout. They give us a late checkout and everything because of the inconvenience. We were like, this is just taking the piss now. Like, they're just giving us everything. So they did the late checkout, but they locked us out. So when we get there, like Sam and Portia, I went down to reception and like, well, you need to go back upstairs. So they get this security guard, this woman, gun on her. She looked like she'd kick the shit out of me then. Definitely, she didn't like anybody you'd want to mess with. She takes us back up to the room, gets in the room, frog marches me to the safe, and like she's holding like a gun. Can you show me your ID, sir? So Sam and my sister are crying, laughing. They are laughing. She thinks she's upset them, but they're laughing. Sam's got tears of laughter thinking, oh my God, we're going to get shot. This woman's just going to, put a cap in our ass and all that sort of thing. We're going proper American. I get the passport. I'm so sorry, Mr. Phelps. I'm so sorry about that, sir. Enjoy your trip. I'll speak to reception. We didn't ask for this. So she thinks she's upset Sam. We go down to reception. I just think we I wasn't expecting anything. I thought, I've already took the piss here. I've cost you thousands this week. I don't care. Gets to reception. They went, we're so sorry, sir. So Portia and Sam are still laughing. They think Sam's still crying. And the security woman's going, yeah, she's told me about this. Would you like to go to the buffet and go into the have a massage and everything before you leave? So we were going then. So I give my sister another buffet. She got a fucking massage in the actual as well. Her and Matt, my brother-in-law. I cannot explain. I did it last time. I got freebies. I've tried it this time. I haven't done. Like I say, I've not really done this for years. I'd never ever target people working retail because retail's just like, look, people are just utter wankers and treat people disgustingly. But I'd go after the big businesses and like try and get a few freebies. And I've had all sorts. I can't even disclose how much I've had. You know what I mean? I definitely will be getting carted off. Which may not surprise you both, knowing not my personality on the podcast. But what I did was then I went home, rang them up when I got home in 2013 and said, like, I had a great trip, thank you, but we had a lot of problems here. You locked us out the room wasn't ready. Would you like to come back in 2014? You, your wife and your daughter? And I was like, yeah, no problem. And we never went back and I was devoed. We had a whole stay for free there. Wow. We had like, everything was free. However, what I'm leading to, I've gone round on a tangent, and is when you get to reception, they're going to ask you for your passport. Do you know about the $20 trick?
No.
So, who's the one who's going to check you in out of you two?
It's
under your name, isn't it?
It's under my name.
So, Megan, what you're going to do is when you are on your way to the Plink Flamingo in the taxi, you're going to get your passport out. So yours and Mike's passports will go together. You're going to put $20 in your passport where your picture is. When the receptionist opens it, which is usually a lovely lady, you will then say, she'll say, oh, what's this? And you go, oh, that's for you. Have you got any free complimentary upgrades to the rooms? And I guarantee that unless they're overbooked, you will get a better room.
And it's also for our wedding, so I'm hoping that's also going to aid it.
We're here for our wedding. Sometimes they give it you anyway, and you don't have to do it. Whereas when I went in last time, I give them the $20, and she said, "I'm so sorry, sir. We are booked up because conventions are on. But here's some drinks, and here's $50 bar tab." I went, "Oh, thanks very much." So for $20, I made about 50. But honestly, when we did it at Bally's in 2018, we got a massive room for $20. And but Sam's like, "I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it." And I went, "You don't have to. I'll do it." And then we get the room. She's like, "Oh, yeah." But no, that's a Las Vegas unwritten rule. Put $20 in your passport. And honestly, it works. They are trying to stop it in some of the hotels because you like bribing them, basically. It's like an unwritten rule. You bribe them, but most of the time they literally just get the money. It's like a sleight of hand. It's like they're like working the tables. The money's gone straight under the arm. You're gone. Let me see what I can do for you. And they usually, unless they're overbooked, they'll put you in a better room, or they'll put you, if you're in the same room and you weren't getting, say, a strip view, or they'll put you in a better room with a better view, or they'll give you free drinks, or they'll give you like room service or something. But honestly, it does work. So in Las Vegas, if you don't do it, someone get offended if you don't do it.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
There you go.
Huh.
It's like a tip. It's even like tipping, because I know you have to tip almost everyone, but I assume you don't generally tip reception, do you?
No,
excluding that rule.
Tip them. You've got to tip everyone.
Even the reception people.
No. The only one that it makes me laugh, because when you're in like New York, one of the guys will open the door and he's like
a bellboy.
I've opened the door and he's like, "Well, you can suck my balls because you're getting no money off me, pal." Because they want everything off you, like in New York. But in Vegas, no, Mike, trust me, just give them I would probably say give them $5, like it just as a tip. Everyone wants tipping. Now, the fast food places, they never want tips, but I've read something the other day that some of them are asking for a couple of dollars here and there, or they'll have a tip thing. I always give them a dollar or whatever anyway. Always, do it. But yeah, you've never seen a place like it for tipping. In the UK, we don't do it. They've started doing it at restaurants, haven't they? Or like you give them a $5 or whatever.
Yeah, we tip at restaurants when it's at least good or very good.
This is the thing that I found really hard when I was in America, because I'm happy to tip if I think the service has been good. But my issue is that there is an expectation in the States that you have to tip regardless. Yes. So like, I remember when I was with Mary, I think it was when we were in New Orleans, we went to this restaurant, and like, first of all, the aircon was on so cold. Like, it's always, it's really frustrating because they have the aircon on really bloody high, but then you go outside and it's really hot. So there's a weird, like, you have to carry around I'll have to carry around a cardigan because I'll get so hot outside, but then I'll go inside and I'll get freezing cold. But I remember being in there and I was freezing cold because we were in New Orleans, so I wasn't wearing a hoodie because it's like, it's so goddamn humid that like I don't need that. So then I'm freezing, but then loads of things happened, like, the food took ages to arrive, and one of the things was bad, and then I got to the end and Mary's like, "Well, we need to tip," and I was like, "But why?" I was like, "But the service was actively poor. Why would I tip?" And she was like, "As someone who has worked as a server, there is no way that I wouldn't tip," as in her, because obviously in America they get shit pay, don't they? So it all comes from tips. But it's a weird concept because like even when I went to Starbucks.
What?
Yeah, it would go Starbucks, get a coffee, they expect a tip.
At Starbucks?
Yeah.
No, Mike, you got to trust me. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Get $1 tip, $1 bills. I mean, McDonald's, places like that, if you go to like the food halls in the casinos or any like the small places, you don't have to, because it's a tray. It's like, we got a mic here, we got Megan in, you get your food. But there's always a tip thing. So I always drop them $1 or whatever, or $2 if it's like me and Sam. But that's what I agree with what Megan said though, because I know. We went for my 40th, we wanted to go to Hell's Kitchen. It's outside Caesar's Palace, Ramsay's. And Gordon Ramsay's got loads of places. The fish and chips one at the Link Promenade is amazing. It's $20. It isn't English chips, but it's nice. And you get that between two of you. You don't need two. It's massive. And it's you open the door and it's an old telephone kiosk, the red phone boxes entrance. It's really cool. It's right near where you're staying. And it's right near where that Bailey's place is, I was telling you. You come out of there, it's directly facing. However, we went into Ramsay's, and Sam said, for your thought, she said, I'm going to pay for it. My sister and brother-in-law are both vegan. Matt's a vegan chef, like in Canada, a really good chef, and he's like very fussy on his food and all that stuff. And they do vegan stuff there, which was great. So we'd gone in there, and it cost Sam.
Is this Hell's Kitchen?
Hell's Kitchen, yeah. It cost her $400 for the meal. And my sister went, they'll get the tip. Now, she's Canadian. They're English, but they're Canadian now, Canadian residents who've been there for 10 years. And they've lived in America, done bits in America. And they give you 3 options. And the smallest tip was $50. And the highest was $80 for the meal. And she's given $50 and went, fuck that. She don't care, my sister. Like, she's like proper brash. Whereas I'm a bit of a soft ass. I'm like, yeah, but she's like, fuck that. So she's given $50. But then I know stories like that, Megan, where people have gone, the service was atrocious, blah, blah, blah. And they frog marched them outside and argued with them, and the managers come over. Because the servers at the casinos, their money's made off tips. And they're all ladies, to be fair. It is quite backwards in its thinking. A lot of the very pretty girls, a lot of them and all that. They're clever what they do, the way they dress. But I also know that a lot of the servers buy houses and everything off the cash because they make a lot of money. You get a table that's winning. And also, if you get a hand pay $1,200, they expect a tip. So you win $1,200, you're buzzing with this hand pay or anything over $1,200. And it's like a Vegas thing. They put it in your hand and count it out 1, 2, and it's a big thing. And we've never had one, unfortunately. But you still got to drop them $20. It's like, you just count my money that I've just won. You're already rinsing me. You know what I mean? But these are the things, Mike, like courtesy, because it's honestly, it is alien for the UK, because like we went for Mother's Day for a meal on Saturday night, and the meal was £75, which is pretty good, and we didn't have any alcohol. We'd had a couple of drinks before, but I tipped him $9. I tipped him £9 and made it up to £85 because you do. But obviously, normally you would maybe tip a £5 or whatever. But I sort of made it up. Can they even give the example of what we should be tipping? That's in fucking Manchester. It's like, but it's very alien, Mike, but trust me, it gets you a long way being nice. Even if some of them aren't nice, and Megan's right, some of them are arses. And I remember the bellboy at the Manhattan at Times Square, which was the shittest hotel I've ever stayed in. My New York vlogs, the room flooded at 5:00 in the morning, the toilet backed up, and it went everywhere, all in reception. It was all over the fucking hall. 5:00, 2 guys with industrial cleaners, everyone on the floor was fuming, like wrecked the whole. It was a horrible hotel. It was like Fawlty Towers. And this bellboy wouldn't even look at us for the 3 days we were there. And the last day when we were getting the taxi, oh, you damn right, he opened the door and picked Jordan's case up and wanted a tip then. All the other days, he wouldn't even look at us speech because he was dead horrible, really bad manners. And I kept saying to Sam, he's getting fuck all on toast. And then he just picked one case and went, oh, see you again. I'm like, argh. And I'd give him a few dollars. Then I was like, you bastard. But some of them don't deserve it. But unfortunately, it's an American way of life. Taking the piss, but you've just got to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's interesting. I want to ask, Chris, regarding eating, are there any eating or drinking places that you really recommend? Do you just go from like casino to casino? I know you said that you occasionally have like one really nice meal when you're there, and then you have other stuff. Like, where do you go? What kind of places would you have?
Ah, right.
Also, with that, I want to ask you about specifically Hell's Kitchen after this.
Of course. So there's a new one. You've got to write this one, Mike. Now, on the corner, across the road from Bally's, there is a new restaurant open. Blake Shelton, the country and western singer who's married to Gwen Stefani, he's got a chain of about 4 or 5 of them called Ole Red, O-L-E Red, and it's a country and western pub bar, and they have acts on all day, 24/7, a country and western. It's in a prime spot. They've just opened the last couple of weeks, and it's unbelievable. I even messaged them a few weeks ago about getting the top table where you're overlooking the Bellagio fountain. And the guy come back to me and went, you need to spend $1,000 at this table if you want me to save it. I was like, yeah, it's out of my budget, mate. Forget it. I'll just go to one of the other chairs. But so Ole Red is good. The food is very American bar pub one. You've got Paris overlooks the Bellagio. You've got Mon Ami Gabi, which everyone goes to, which is we've never been there yet, which is really nice. That's at Paris. That's honestly lovely breakfast, lovely food. And that overlooks the Bellagio fountains. So I definitely recommend either Ole Red or Mon Ami Gabi. Mon Ami Gabi is really nice food. You've got in the Park MGM, you've got the Primrose, which is where we're staying, which is for breakfast, and that is amazing. So we're going there this time as well. That's really nice. You've got, like I say, you've got loads of Ramsay's. You've got Ramsay's Burgers, Ramsay's Pub House, the fish and chips there. Where have you got? Oh, so in the Old Town as well, we're going to go to the Carousel Bar. And the Carousel Bar is the Plaza Hotel, which is also where Biff Tannen actually owned when Marty McFly goes back in Back to the Future 2. That's the hotel that they use. You know, when he goes back and Biff runs a casino and he's like married his mum and all that sort of thing. You go back to that alternate 85. That's the Plaza Hotel, but they've got a Carousel Bar at the bottom, and it moves around. It's lovely. So we're going to go there for drinks. And then in downtown, you've got Oscar's Steakhouse, which is a good one. You've got Whiskey Liquor, Whiskey Liquor Up in Old Town. Yeah, I like my whiskey. Yeah, I like my whiskey as well. I mean, me JD and that, we do it all the time and stuff. Whiskey Liquor Up, that's another spinning bar that overlooks Fremont. So I keep putting my hands on, like, everyone watching is going, why is his hands so thingy? But I'm really animated. But you've got a pizza place in downtown as well, which is like really good. You've got, I think they're the main ones that we're going to go to. I'm just trying to think. Oh, we went to Slice of Vegas as well, which is in the Mandalay Bay. But there's loads in the Mandalay Bay. Mandalay Bay is like, obviously, that's the one that goes. So the Mandalay Bay and Luxor, Mandalay Bay is the last hotel before the Vegas sign.
Yeah, because that's the one where it's where the aquarium is, isn't it?
Yes. And they used to have the Titanic museum stuff. I think still there as well. And Carlos Santana plays in the House of Blues there as well in the Mandalay Bay.
Has he?
Yeah, my dad's favourite. I mean, dad's an absolute tosspot, but it's a band I grew up with, Santana, and he plays there all the time, Santana, yeah. So, yeah, he's good. Just trying to think anything else. Sorry, Mike.
So is the aquarium, and that's part of what?
Mandalay Bay. Mandalay. Yeah. Mandalay. And then that's where Santana plays at the House of Blues as well. He's got residency there.
And then what was it was House of Blues one of the place that you recommended, sorry? Yes,
for food and that. I mean, it's very Americanized, the food. There's some beautiful restaurants, but again, pricing. These Vanderpump as well, because we watched the Vanderpump in Housewives of Beverly Hills. Lisa Vanderpump, she's got a lovely place in Paris, as well as Mon Ami Gabi. You've also got Vanderpump, which is cocktails, food, and that. We're going to go in there this time. Cool. That's supposed to be really nice. So, but you've got loads of other cheap places. These Secret Pizza as well. That's one where it doesn't have signs up anywhere. That's in the area, and it's down like a ginnel. You'll have to have a look at that online. But it's called Secret Pizza, and that's supposed to be amazing. That's only not far from where you're staying. So that's Secret across the road.
Pizza. That's cool. Yeah, I was going to ask about Hell's Kitchen, because I love Hell's Kitchen, as in the show. And I have done, my friends and I used to watch it when my housemates and I used to watch it at uni. And when I went in 2018, I walked past it and then got so excited because I completely forgot that it was there. Then Mike and I started watching Hell's Kitchen, and we've watched a few series together. We've watched quite a lot of series together. Well, I said that I wanted to watch Hell's Kitchen, and Mike put it on Amazon Prime, but started from series 1.
Which is what you do when you start a series. You start from series 1.
We start from all the way from the start.
So up to series of 9 or 10 or something.
Yeah, we're like...
Ramsay got younger then, did he, as he went on?
But yeah, so I really wanted to go to Hell's Kitchen. It was like up there on my list of things, but like we looked at the website and it's just so expensive.
Well, no, the website doesn't tell you the prices. We had to look at...
No, the website does. Yeah.
What was... Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking of somewhere else. I know there's somewhere that doesn't have the prices, so I had to Google.
No, the website has the prices, but like it's just...
It's $80
Mike's quite fussy, so... What? No, but let me finish what I'm saying. But Mike's quite fussy in the sense that you can have a fixed menu where you get like a starter, main, and a dessert.
Yeah.
But the options are very, very limited as to what you can have. So like one of the starters is like a type of salad, which Mike literally wouldn't eat it, and it would just be a waste of money.
I'm not a fussy eater. I eat almost everything. It's just when it's basically salad or stir fry.
Mike doesn't like vegetables that much, but like then we looked at the other like menu, but then it's like $85 for like the beef Wellington, and then that doesn't come with anything, so you have to then get the sides, and then for like what was it, potato puree, it was like $25, which is just shit mash.
Yeah,
really.
And it's small.
Yeah.
So very good question, actually, Megan. I did that for my 40th. That's when I wanted to go. So we met Michelle, who won it in 2018. It's on the wall. It's on the wall to the left, actually. I'll have to drag the picture off. But me and my sister and Sam and Jordan, we met Michelle. So she came up. We were laughing to her, I think just wheeling her out, like as a thingy, because you've got in the actual kitchen, you've got the red and the blue team. They're not fighting against each other, but it's set up like the show and all that. So what we were doing was we were going at the night. Hell's Kitchen. I had a reservation. You can reserve it now if you wanted to. You can do all the reservations. So I had a reservation there. And then we looked at the menu and like Jordan is not as you would describe it, Mike, like Jordan is a fussy eater. Like it's like, she'll eat curries and stuff, but it's like pizza, burger. She makes her own stuff. She loves burritos, rice, stuff like that. But if she goes out, she'll stick to the staple stuff. There's no way she's having anything extravagant. And I'd always wanted to try beef Wellington. And with it being Ramsay's forte, I was like, I've got to try it. It's my 40th. I want to do it. So I was like, no, we'll go. And when I started looking at the menu the day before, there was nothing that they would eat for the nighttime menu. It was like, even my sister and brother-in-law, there was very few and far between vegan stuff. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. So what I did was I rang them from the hotel because you could ring in, American numbers free. And I rebooked it for the dinner time menu, which was better because you had like burgers, pizzas, Jordan had this burger. I'm not joking. It was fucking huge. It was just a massive burger. I had the beef Wellington. The beef Wellington was amazing. But as you said, Megan, a fucking mash was a disgrace. It was like something you'd scrape off your plate if you're not at all your dinner. I was like, what the fuck is this? The beef Wellington was lovely. It was so tender and everything. I like medium rare if I have steak and stuff like that. Honestly, it was amazing. The highlight of the whole thing is what everyone raves about was the sticky toffee pudding. Oh, I
do love sticky toffee pudding.
The greatest, Megan, I swear to you, it's the greatest dessert I've ever had. Honestly, I'm not even lying. It was amazing. I'll have to send you the links to our vlogs in 2018 and 2022 because these videos on there of Hell's Kitchen. But honestly, I would recommend it, but look at the dinner time menu because they do. I had, I think it was $70. It was the beef Wellington, but I got 3 courses. So I got the dessert. So it was actually worth it. Whereas Sam and Jordan was like $20 for a burger. It was still massive. The portions were huge. And we all got a dessert, which we didn't really need. And like I had to have the sticky toffee pudding, which was out of this world. So I would recommend it. But I think once you've done it once, you probably don't need to go back and do it. But if you're there for your first experience, it's Ramsay, you love the show, you'd be silly not to go to do it because he's there as you walk in, talking to you.
Yeah, because I walked in because you go in and there's like a little shop bit, isn't there? Like there. So I walked in there and had a look, and then I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to get in. I'm by myself and like I haven't pre-booked. But I like walked in and had a little look at the entrance bit, and then I just walked out and took a picture. But I don't know. We're one of those ones that we're like umming and ahhing about.
Have a look at the menu, the lunchtime menu. It may change your mind, and you can pre-book now because it does get booked up. It's always busy, always busy. He's everywhere, Ramsay. You'd be surprised how many bars he's got. It's unbelievable.
And you said his fish and chips plate. You said that's good. His fish and chips. Yeah, I've got really that. Got that noted down. I mean, regarding we will start to wrap up, but you mentioned about blogs and things like that. Like, you watch a lot of these vlogs and all kinds of stuff. You look into it. So I've got 2 questions. First of all, why do you watch so many blogs about Vegas every week out of interest? Like not to be rude, but how much can you be told? I want you to enlighten us. And also, are there any that you recommend?
Yes. So, I'll go on a little tangent. When we were going in 2018, I'd done Vegas twice before. You can see all my memories come up from Facebook from years ago. The minute we went, I was like, we need to get back to Vegas. I'm tagging Sam. Let's get back. And obviously, Jordan was under 21. Pointless was going. And then when she was 18 and I was 40, I was like, we've got to go back. Yeah. So when it comes to 2018, I booked the holiday in February. We're going Vegas. Jordan's coming with us because we felt guilty about leaving her. We knew it was going to be a slightly different trip because of the gambling and like Sam would gamble, then I would gamble. And then we didn't do like we did in 22 where we just like a free for all, just like going on just basically on just getting pissed and everything. So what I did was I started watching vlogs, and there's a lad I come across. So you want to write these down, Mike? I'll give you this. So there's a lad I came across called Nicky Firmage. It's Furmage. Him and his wife, Claire. I just put in on YouTube, like Vegas. First time I'd ever watched a Vegas vlog. And he's a lad from Doncaster. I'm actually good friends with him. We're doing a meet-up with him in August. He's got like a fan page now. He's excellent at video editing. Like he's the best video editor. So much so that obviously I've always done like podcast edit and stuff like that. He inspired me to get better at editing. So like with my videos, that's led on to me doing that through work now, where I edit and produce and film videos, instructional videos for work. I've done different things for other people on the side. I don't make any money off it, but I loved video editing. If someone wants a joke video, I'll put something together. These people have been to college and better than me, but I just love doing it. But off the back of his videos, it inspired me to do video editing. So I used to watch his vlogs. So his vlogs are really good. I watched his. There's a guy called, so Nicky does like the whole city. So he'll do like different, he's got a few vlogs on there. He'll do like visiting different places. There's a lot of slot vlogs as well, where you're just playing like the gambling. You'll see a bit of Vegas, but they like the gambling, and that's what people watching the machines and everything. So he's a guy, the biggest UK one's a guy called Matt Bridger. And he's from London, but he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan, which is random. But he's got a massive following. There's an American couple called The Coin Show. They're actually from Hawaii. So they've got a channel called The Coin Show. We've got an Irish couple who live near us called Hangover and Handpays. So they're another one. I'm just trying to think. We watch quite a few.
Do you watch all of these?
Yeah. So you say I watch these every week. I watch these every single day. So, and I'm not exaggerating. So a guy called Ben Heath, he's a good mate of mine. He's a UK, he's a travel agent. He's not travel, he's an estate agent. He vlogs. And there's a circle of people. So there's more than that. I'm just trying to think of there's a Geordie couple who are there at the moment. They're there for 16 nights, which I'm so jealous of. They're called Vegas Baby. So they swapped the B and the V. Baby. Yeah, Vegas Baby. So they're Michael and Lindsay. So we're watching theirs. And there's another lad who's just started doing it. He lives in Dubai. He's obviously got a load of Wonga. He's got a load called Roaming New Routes. And he's just done a full vlog. But I watch Vegas vlogs every day. So when I go in the gym every day, I've either got car shows on, gaming shows, or Vegas. Well, at least once a day I'm watching either someone walk around. When I do yoga in here, like today, there's a guy who every single day walks around all the casinos. So I'm doing yoga. I do yoga off my phone, and I'm doing my yoga, and I've got Vegas to the right of me as I'm doing my yoga, watching people just walk around the casino. So when I watch vlogs, I want to be there. I just love the place. It's just everything about me. So on a Friday night, now me and Sam have got Sam proper into it after all these years, finally. We have a drink, watch like Gogglebots, or watch a bit of soaps, and then it's literally we watch Vegas vlogs, and we just sit there like watching, because people do different things. We like the ones who do everything, who would go to the Grand Canyon. So like for what you want, you put in on YouTube, Grand Canyon 2024, there'll be someone who's done it, and they'll tell you about like the do's and don'ts. I watched one the other week because we were on an hour and about this like 14-hour day, as you've done it, Megan. You can do a half day one, as well. They pick you up about 10 o'clock and bring you home at 7.
We're actually going to hire a car and drive it.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do that, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Because it will be me, Mike, our mums, my brother, and my sister-in-law. So there'll be 6 of us. So we'll just hire a car and we'll take it in turns to drive. Get
a 7-seater, big like SUV, be perfect for you. Air-conned up and everything, it'd be amazing. But yeah, so that's so I'm part of like what's called the Vegas group, the Vegas UK group. Some of the people who I've mentioned, they've got their own like sort of Facebook pages. We haven't really got ours. We've got like 600 followers, so we don't on YouTube. But I get quite a good turnover of views. I just don't get the subscribers like they do. But we're going in September. People are already asking about. I've put some on one of the pages, on Nikki's page, the first person I mentioned the other day, and said, "We're there. It's 25th of September. Anyone want to meet up for a drink?" And they do what's called a group pull, and everyone goes to a machine. You have to get permission from the casino, and you put in like $100 each and bet like say $10 a spin. It might be 20 of you. So we've never done that. I'm not. A load of them do it, and they'll have 20, 30 people just getting absolutely hammered, and everyone's there like, hoping for the big win. And people do win big. And I had loads of people responding. Sam's like, "Why have you've just created a monster?" Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm there, Chris. Yeah, great. Oh, yeah, let's all meet up." So I've ended up with this big like logistics nightmare. I'm not good at logistics. This is where I need Dave with me, like organising everything. Sam's really good. She's a PA. She's really good. I'm really good at like entertaining, be like the ringmaster, getting everyone together. I'll be, running the show. But the thought of going, holy fuck, what have you done? So these people all support each other. They're all good people. Everyone, like in the UK, most of them, the odd fallout, but everyone in the UK vlogging scene is really good. It's a bit of a cult, really, Mike. You'll find that if you get ingrained in it, you watch everyone. Everyone has got a vlog now. Like all these people we follow, they just and it keeps everyone going. Like this Matt Bridger I mentioned to you, he's the second person I mentioned. He's the biggest one of the lot, Matt. And I get on with Matt really well. He's a big Smiths fan, actually. He loves Morrissey. He went to see Morrissey in Vegas last year. He loves Morrissey. But he goes to Vegas 3 to 4 times a year. He'll go on his own, leaves his missus at home. She's not bothered. He'll go. He's been to Vegas 50-something times since 1998.
Wow.
And when he retired last year, he was a banker. And he's only 55. And he retired and did 6 weeks in Vegas. He called it Bridger Across America. He started at Atlantic City, which is like Vegas, really. But
it's like a mini Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, like mini Vegas on the boardwalk, and then went right across America to go to city gambling and end up in Vegas for 2 weeks. He even went to Vegas when COVID was on. He went for 2 weeks in Barbados because it's the only way he can get to America at the time. He did 2 weeks in Barbados with his missus. She flew home and he went into America via Miami and stayed in Vegas for 2 weeks just because he missed Vegas that much. But there's loads of American ones. The coin show I've mentioned, they're over an hour there. They're pretty good. They might be the best ones for you to learn off because they do all the bars. They do a little bit of gambling, but they travel around in cars and everything. So they're really good. The coin, really nice people as well. So I'd probably recommend them to start with, Mike. But you're going to open a can here, you're never going to be able to shut.
It's going to be her. It's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be me.
I won't.
It's going to be my next hyper focus.
Yeah, because I don't really, I've got my Star Wars love, but I don't really hyper focus on things as much. I basically I've got more what Jack has of, I'm Jack's Musings, back to the filmography, which is I'm more of a completionist. So, but yeah. I'm not interested in like reality TV or things like that or of that nature as much. Sorry. So for me, I go like, I'm listening to a podcast at the moment called 3 Bean Salad, and I'm just obsessed with it. And I'm just listening to the entire catalogue. And then once I get up to date, I'll then go back to my normal podcast listening of Comics Emotion Friends and etc. and audiobooks and etc. But I'm just like, I'm focused on that, but I'm not hyper focusing that I can't do anything else. It's more just, that's my little thing. I'm just completing it. I'm finishing. I can tick that off in a sense. It's continuous as every week.
Yeah.
But when with Vegas stuff, like I imagine we'll watch a few, but then I'll be like, cool, I've seen a few. I'm fine. And Meg will be like, we need to watch all of them.
You need to watch
time.
More.
Well, it's because we're almost finishing Taskmaster, and that's your current obsession.
I'm bloody obsessed with that show.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I do enjoy that, but like, I'm like, what do you want to watch tonight? And Megan's like, you know what I want to watch? I'm like, Taskmaster. Yes. Yep.
No, I think that's probably a good show for, not a show. I think the vlogging is like a good thing for me to watch in like my own time.
We can watch a couple
because
together.
Like when I wake up in the morning, for example, I wake up earlier than Mike does. So I tend to just like do admin-y things on my phone. So I'll do like research and I'll look at some restaurants and I'll look at stuff and I'll look at some chapels to decide where we want to get married, etc., etc. So that's probably a good option for me as well. When Mike's up, I can have a look at those things.
I've got 7 written down.
Because it's research.
But
I've got one more.
Can
Sorry
I clarify?
to interrupt.
One of them was hangovers and
hand pays.
I thought I wrote that right. Okay, pays.
Hand pays. So sorry. The last one, I think Megan, this probably might be better for you to research. Is a lady who lives in Vegas called Travel Ruby. So her and her husband are a channel. She's massive. I mean, she's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. She does a slot channel, Ruby Slots, but which I do watch them. Her and her husband every Tuesday. They'll do $20 Tuesday, but they gamble it's every day. So they live in Vegas. However, the Travel Ruby series is amazing. Every hotel, the Flamingo's on there. She stayed in there the other week and she'll go through the good and bad points, tips, but she has tips all across Vegas. That might be for both of you. The UK vloggers I've given you are brilliant. They're all really good people, but Travel Ruby does a weekly Vegas like update, and there's a guy called Jacob's Life as well. He's a real estate guy called Jacob, and he does the same thing, and he goes around all the hotels. He's good, but he can be a bit of a big head as well. But he has got great information. But Travel Ruby is just a normal girl and her husband are good people. Like she's really well produced as well. They're like they're almost like what you get in a travel show. They're not like a vlog with a shaky camera and that. She produces everything, and yeah, she's pretty good.
That's
so
cool.
I'd go with her.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to ask Chris in particular?
I don't think so.
Is there anything else, Chris, as we wrap up? Anything we haven't touched yet? Any final recommendations or suggestions or anything like that from your Vegas experiences?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, like people listening, I don't think it's just like me giving tips out. I'm just so enthusiastic and like
that's what you want.
Megan knows this. It's the ADHD just kicks in and like I can feel my jaw is aching. I feel like I've taken a load of whiz, like not that, allegedly, and years ago, and I just can't stop. Once I'm like heightened with something I enjoy, and it's like me, Vegas is strange though, because I think I have stuff like gaming. I've always been a gamer, football, like United for my sins, movies, stuff like that. But Vegas is the same. Like it's just this whole room is my room. It's just like gaming, Vegas, Manchester United, unfortunately, and then Smoking the Bandit. And they're like my things, So I think, no, I just think enjoy it. I don't want to ruin it too much as well, because there's loads of places. Oh, another restaurant's called Crack Shack as well, which is right outside Park MGM. And there's one that's just opened, which is supposed to be amazing at the Aria Hotel, which is sort of diagonally to the left. It's called Whataburger from Texas, and they are about $12 for burgers. Supposed to be amazing. So we're going to try them. But no, explore it. Like I say, I know people who've been and like, yeah, I've done it. I'll never go back. And I get it. I totally get it. But it's certainly not what Muppets who've never been there say. It's like Benidorm. It's like Blackpool. It is fuck all like any of them. It's just the greatest city in the world. The only thing I'd say is the pool scene can be a bit much. If you go to like the MGM and they've got like, they have DJs on and stuff like that, it can be. A lot of the hotels are great. We were at Park MGM. It was quiet, but it's not like when you go to Spain, there's always something going on. There's a bit of music, and it's expensive around the pool for drinks and that. So like you've got the pool scene, you can sunbathe, but you better going into CVS and stuff and getting your own drinks. And you can, if you didn't want to spend a lot as well, as I said before, go into CVS. We've actually just bought me and Sam two plastic, I give it on a birthday, two black plastic champagne flutes, and it just says Chris and Sam's 25th wedding anniversary, Las Vegas, and all this. But we've got a lot of plastic cups as well. So we're going to actually go and buy a lot of alcohol. You can drink alcohol anywhere. Like no restrictions. You can just get absolutely fucking levered wherever you want. So you can just go in any casino.
Well, I assume casinos are when you go in there. So you can't take your own alcohol into casinos. It has to be.
Yeah.
You can?
No. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. You get a bottle of beer or whatever. You just take it in yourself. But you're getting served if you're actually, playing the slots. Then you're fine. But if you were walking through, everyone just walks through with beers in the hand and. Oh, Mike, there's no restrictions, my friend.
When you're at the pool, because the Flamingo has two pools, I think, so I imagine we'll spend a little bit of time at the pool. I'm the same as you. I'm not a big sunbather. I get too fidgety and I just want to get up and do stuff. So
that's me, cabin fever. I usually swim me.
Same. Yeah.
I like swim, but I normally like to read my book for an hour or so as well. In amidst that, I'm like, swim in the pool for an hour or so, read my book for an hour or so, then go for a wander for an hour. I'm like the tapas. I want to do little bits here and there, but I'm fine to read for a little bit.
I can maybe last half an hour and then I'm like, I need to go do something. Like when we were in Mexico, I was like, Mike, can you come and play with me in the water? And then he didn't want to. And I'll be like, Davin, who's my brother, I'll be like, can you come and hang out with me in the water? And everyone was like, no, we're chilling. And I was like, that's so. I need to do something.
It was just midday, so it's so hot as well. And I was like, I can't be in the middle of the sun. But the water's nice and cool. I was like, yes, but it's also right in the sunlight. So my bottom half's cooler and my top half is melting.
So when you're at the pools, you can take your own alcohol to the side of the pool, or is that not allowed?
No, that's the only one. So
that's good.
So they do check your bags when you go through for obvious reasons. So when we went, I think we could take water in, but you couldn't take. We were like, we just want to take our own alcohol, but you couldn't do that.
That's what I assumed.
So and it's mainly because of glasses as well. You can't have glasses around the pool and stuff like which. Because if you're getting, because you can drink alcohol, so if you're getting levered, no. But I'm like you, Megan. So when we go on holidays to Tenerife this year in June. And like last year, I get up, I've got to do yoga. I'm up well before these. I'm up at 4 every day. So even on holiday, getting up at 6 is the line. So I go down, do yoga for half an hour, I go walking, do my vlogs, walk around Tenerife, talking to myself and filming everything. And we get around the pool and I will literally every day do more lengths. Like last year, I think it was 75 lengths swimming or whatever it was. I just swim every day. I just swim like I'm doing like I'm Olympic. I'm not even a fast swimmer, but I'm just going up and down. I get bored. I'm doing stuff. If there's games on, go and do bools. I'm finding it better than I was, but I cannot sit by the pool. Sam will sit there for 6-7 hours and just be reading
I've
a
never
book.
been able to.
I'm pretty much, I'm content with doing almost anything. I like being busy, but I can do almost anything.
Nah, even when we were on holiday, you got to a point you were like, Megan, you just need to let me chill. And I was like, I don't want to chill.
But also Mexico, like I had to do the excursions. Like I can't, we don't generally go on hot holidays that often because a lot of it is going somewhere and chilling by the pool for ages. But like, I can do something similar to that here. I do get to have hours where I read and don't do anything. And when I'm on holiday, I like having little pockets of time, like, the kind of pre-dinner stuff where you kind of, you've had a nice day and then like 3-4-ish maybe, you then go back to the room and get changed, get ready to go out. But you have like an hour respite. I really like that time. And I can do nothing for a bit, but I can't go on a holiday where it's like, right, for 7 days we're at the pool. I can't, like all inclusives aren't really my jam because it's a lot of it is staying around the pool and drinking and eating and just being at the pool. And I can do it for a day. I could probably do it for 2. But after that, I'm just like, I want to be here experiencing stuff. And chilling by the pool is nice, but I could have saved lots of money to just stay at home, take a few days off work and just sat on the sofa and read. I know it's not quite the same, but if that's all I'm going to do, because I'm not fussed about a tan. That's the thing. I sit in I lay in the shade, so I don't even often want to be in the sun. I just want to read my book a little bit.
Oh, that's good. That is good because we've just stopped. We were all inclusive for years, and this last year we just did B&B at Tenerife with the brother and sister-in-law, and it was amazing. Eye opener. We've done all inclusive since Jordan was 8 years old, mainly because of her. You always wanting a drink, and she's 23 now, so we don't need to be going, Dad, can I have an ice cream? So we changed it, and I've always been like, oh, all inclusive saves us money in the long run. Pay a bit more up front. The food's terrible, so I'm with you. But we ended up going out more this time at Tenerife. We were walking a lot in the day because we didn't need to worry about what times we've got to get back for 1 o'clock because we've got afternoon dinner and all that sort of thing. That makes us stay by the pool because you're paying for it. You're like, well, fuck it, I paid for it. Whereas I didn't have the restrictions. I never ate any day then either. It was great. The ADHD meds kicked in and I stopped eating. It was great. So it was like,
we used to go, like Mum and Dad used to go to Tenerife quite a lot. I've been there, I think 5 times. I really like it there. That's my favourite mini golf course in the world is there. Park Santiago at Playas Las Americas.
Right near where we're staying.
Oh, really? Amazing. Yeah, I know that place. Like, I know the shopping mall area. There's the pseudo Caesar's Palace where there's the archer at the front and that kind of thing. I know if you drop me in Tenerife in Los Cristianos, Playas Las Americas, or one of the other kind of couple places, same with Lanzarote, I've been there 3 times. I could find my way around there easy. I used to go there so much. But even I used to be a bit fussier. So my parents would often do, is it full board where it's breakfast and dinner? Breakfast and dinner they'd often do, but sometimes they do self-catering. Sometimes they would do breakfast at the hotel, something we used to do quite a lot.
No, sorry, that's half board. Full board is you get lunch as well. Okay,
we never got lunch at the hotel. That would always be breakfast at the hotel, chill around the pool or do an activity, have somewhere else for lunch, and then maybe back at the hotel for dinner. But yeah, as I got older and I became less fussy, we would just wander. When me and Dad used to get somewhere, we dropped the bags off at the accommodation, depending on what time of day it was. Mum would just unpack our stuff, and me and Dad would just go for a walk for 15-20 minutes and just see what's around. Oh, there's a cool little Italian there. Oh, there's arcades over there. That kind of stuff. But it's good. I'm excited to go. I'm excited for Vegas. It's going to be a really different, unique experience, and I can't wait to go to the Grand Canyon. So that's my big thing. I can't wait to make you my wife as well. But I also I can't wait to. The thing is, us getting married, it's going to be a really cool experience, but our dynamic isn't going to change. It's going to still be...
we're going to be the same. It's just that we're now going to be...
It's going to be a cool day, but it's still going to be the same. But the Grand Canyon is something I can't experience anywhere else. That's like a
the
very
Grand Canyon
unique thing.
is
breathtaking.
By far still the most stunning place I've ever visited in my life. Even the pictures that I've taken of it, and sometimes I look back at them, I'm just like... This doesn't do it anywhere near justice how stunning this place is. I'm excited to go back.
Awesome stuff.
I think we need to go. And I did do, sorry to interrupt you, Mike. We did the Uluru, and that was amazing in 2010. That was outstanding. And that again, the Uluru, Ayers Rock in Australia. And that was unbelievable. We were like, cool. What the hell is this place? So I get it, Megan, honestly. I think we need to go, really. We keep putting it off Grand Canyon because it's like, we need to go. So maybe we'll do it this time.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you do, but you'll get to hear all about our stuff as well when we do it. But yeah, Chris, so final thing then to say, I've obviously I'll put all the links in the description to VHS Strikes Back, Chris and Dave's Reality Cast, Comics in Motion, Phelps Travel Blogs, and I will list all I think it was 8 of the people that you mentioned who are all also Vegas vloggers as well. I've written down a lot of the notes. I might put a few of them in the description, but I'm not going to put all of them, friends. So please just go back and listen if you need everything in detail. But any final things you want to say, and also your plugs, like where people can find you as well.
Yeah, just please enjoy it, explore it. You'll make your own holiday because you can in Vegas. You can make it as outrageous or as quiet as you want it to be. And the fact that you're getting married there is going to be amazing. Like we have discussed about renewing our wedding vows there. But then Jordan's not coming, so we're in a bit of a loggerheads. I sort of want it there, but she's not coming with us. It's only me and Sam going. But yeah, we are talking about doing our wedding vows there. So enjoy it, and you'll find your own way. You'll find things that you like. You may not do the gambling, but you might find, and there's loads of historical things as well. You know, like you can go 40 minutes outside Vegas near the Fremont, and there's like in the rocks with snow any time of the year. You wouldn't even think it. You've got Area 51 there as well. That's not far away. So you've even got that if you wanted to do that. If that's a few hours road trip as well, you'll enjoy it. I just go with an open mind. Hopefully the tips I've given you will help. And you know what? I'm only at the end of a message if you need any info, you know, but yeah, sometimes it can be a bit overwrought when you first get there and you're like I did. And I was like, oh my God, what have we done? And then you settle down and you're there for a week. It's great. Get some Sleepy's tablets from Boots, the herbal tablets. Take them when you first get there, when you're going to bed. And we found that we were having 5 or 6 hours sleep and didn't get jet lag. And they got us on Vegas time pretty quick. And we did it when we came back as well, because we've had bad jet lag coming back from America. A few from Vegas killed us.
Yeah, I did when I came back, because when I flew back from America, I'd gone from Vegas to, where did I go? I went Vegas to San Diego. Yep. And then I went from San Diego to LA, and then it's the same time zone. It's still 8 hours difference. So I really struggled when I came back, because my flight flew out at midday America time, and I landed at 6:30 in the morning UK time, which was shit. Because it was midday, so I couldn't sleep. At least on the way out, like I was so tired, I passed out. But I really struggled when I came back.
But you can sleep better than I can. Sat up, I do struggle. I've only managed to do it once or twice. Once was Chichen Itza because I was up at like 3 in the morning. So just after the day, I was just passed out in the ride back. But no, I've got notes of all of those things. I'm really excited to go to Vegas and you know, use some of those tips and stuff. It's been really helpful, and I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, Chris. So Megan, where can people find you?
On Instagram, but I don't really post at the moment. Grits Gets Fit. You can hear me on Patreon at Genuine Chit-Chat.
Yes, and we have a new show on Patreon called M&M Monthly, where we're talking about a random topic that we talk about for half an hour. And we're going to be releasing it on Patreon a month before, and then we will be releasing it on Genuine Chit-Chat as well. So people can submit their subjects
and
for us to talk about.
And it has a fun little jingle.
It does, that Megan made. She wrote it, nice. Played it all, did everything herself. So that's a very exciting thing as well. And you can find me at Genuine Chit-Chat on Instagram, Twitter, X, Facebook, TikTok. If you're on YouTube, you know, please subscribe and like and share and leave reviews and stuff and all that jazz if you're on the other podcasting apps and things. But Chris, where can people find you online?
Thank you. I realised you did ask me to plug, and as usual, I went off one of my tangents.
So that's for both, to be fair. I said final statement and a plug. So
yeah, I did cut you down. As Mike said, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast, or CD Reality Cast, because we are CD. VHS Strikes Back, the Comics in Motion Network, which you lovely people are part of as well, which is amazing. And I never plugged the YouTube channel, so I'm going to plug the fuck out of it. Phelps Travel Vlogs. I've got vlogs started in New York, 2018. Every single place we've been on holiday since. And the last set of vlogs were in Tenerife in September. But I've got 2 Las Vegas vlogs. I've got 3 New York vlogs on there from when we've done trips there, loads of Spain, Greece ones. So if you're interested, listen to my voice and basically saying Belland a lot, then come over and join my channel, because I'm only at 600 subscribers, but I do appreciate everyone who watches what I talk about and just meander. I get told off by Sam because I get loads cut out the videos. She's like, you're just talking too much shit now. We don't need that video. And then we watch other people's vlogs and she goes, yeah, you could talk a bit. I went, yeah, because I can see you fidgeting when I'm talking. So anyway, my channel, get over to Phelps Travel Vlogs and come and support me. And, you know, if you've got any questions about holidays and that, you know, I grew up in a house where my mum and dad was travel agents. So we always researching holidays and things like that. So yeah, come and join us. And thank you, Mike and Megan. And I also think what we need to do is we need to have a part 2 of this when you get back from Vegas and just before I go.
That'd be cool.
That would be
To
cool.
say what you think, good, bad, ugly, anything that happened. I'd love to know the stories, definitely.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. That's
Yeah,
a great
fun.
shout. And also, I've got a plan for you and I to do another podcast on the feed of Comics in Motion, Chris, as well, the video gaming one, which I'll get to work with behind the scenes. We'll start doing that shortly as well, but I'll message you and we'll discuss that and things. And then also, I forgot to mention, I was on VHS Strikes Back recently. Did a train spotting
Really
podcast, so one of the longest ones. So if you're listening to this podcast and you've not heard of VHS Strikes Back, you've not heard of Chris's other stuff, that's a good place to start because I'm in it.
Yeah, come and join us.
Amazing. Well, thank you again, Chris. Really appreciate it. And obviously thank you, Megan, for sitting in and giving your input. And you're, much more well-travelled than I am, so it's much appreciated. And friends, thank you for listening as always. We appreciate you and we'll speak to you very soon. And that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, my friends, make sure you check out Chris's vlog at youtube.com/Phelps Travel. And also make sure you check out all the other YouTube vloggers about Vegas that he recommended as well. Those details are in the description. As well as that, you can find Chris's 2 other podcasts, the VHS Strikes Back and Chris and Dave's Reality Cast, in the description as well as his other podcast, Comics in Motion, because myself, Chris, Dave, Max and Tony all did the 1000th episode celebration of Comics in Motion, which also marks the 6-year anniversary. So links to that are in the description, and you can also find the video version of that conversation right here at youtube.com/genuine chit-chat if you're watching the YouTube version, or if you're listening to the podcast version, anywhere that you are listening, you can also find the 1000th episode of Comics in Motion on the feed of the Comics in Motion podcast. Chris has also appeared on the feed of Genuine Chit-Chat numerous times before. His first appearance was on episode 63, so going back several years now, and he also appeared on episodes 75, 89, 91, and 120. But if you can't remember all the information I've just thrown at you, the details are in the description, so make sure you check out those show notes, or if you're on YouTube, make sure you check out all those details there. But friends, what else is going on? Well, a reminder, please like the video if you're on YouTube, please subscribe if you're on YouTube, please share with your friends so you can find more people that enjoy this podcast and you guys can talk about it, as well as talking with me. You can reach out to me on social media at Genuine Chit-Chat on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Threads. In addition to that, I've also collaborated with Chris quite recently. So I was on the VHS Strikes Back podcast talking about Train Spotting, which is a great movie with Ewan McGregor. I don't want to spoil all my thoughts about it here, so make sure you check that out. Again, links in the description. I've also done a couple of other guest spots recently with other friends of the Comics in Motion podcast. I did Mandatory Music and CD, which features on the Comics in Motion podcast with Dave, Max, and Tony. And we spoke about the Weezer album, Everything Will Be Alright in the End. And I also appeared on the 20th Century Geek podcast, talking about June 1984 and June Part 1 from 2021. So lots of guest spots recently. I've got a few others coming up as well, so keep an eye out on that. But also subscribe to the Pop Culture Collective newsletter. That's pccnewsletter.com. If you go to that website and sign up, you'll get an email once a week detailing everything that I'm up to, as well as loads of other incredible creators, including members of the Comics in Motion family like Spider-Man and the Secret Balls, the Femon Collective, VHS Strikes Back, loads of other great places. So it's really easy to keep up to date with what I'm up to and loads of other amazing individuals without having to follow all of us on social media and keep up to date with all that jazz. And finally, please support the show where you can. So you can like, you can subscribe, you can leave reviews on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a rating on Spotify that only takes a few seconds, you can leave reviews on Audible, all those other places. So wherever you are listening, please leave a rating or a review. It really, really helps the show out. It only takes you a few seconds to do and genuinely does make a big difference in the podcasting world. If you want to go one step beyond that, obviously you can share on social media and you can tell your friends about it. But if you want to go to the top tier level of supporting Genuine Chit-Chat, that's going over to Patreon. Patreon.com/Genuine Chit-Chat. You can subscribe for only £1 a month and you get access to every single piece of audio bonus content. So the other tiers have a couple of other minor things you can get, but you can give only £1 a month and you get immediate access to over 200 bonus episodes, and they come out every week. Myself and Megan have also recently started doing a monthly M&M show, which is going to feature on Patreon 1 month earlier than on this feed. And also we do afterthoughts as well, where we review movies and TV shows and musical performances we see and all kinds of other crazy stuff. And I occasionally release a book review on there as well. So if you want to support this show in the best way you can, then please go to patreon.com/genuine chit-chat. And thanks to my incredible Patreon supporters, I was able to upgrade my camera. Now, I only bought the camera this week, so it was actually after the recording with Chris. So apologies, the video version of this is not up to scratch, but you will see in future videos, the video quality is much improved. And that is thanks to my incredible supporters over at patreon.com. And I want to give these amazing members a shout out. So there is Ria, Math, Brett, Scott, Dan, Dave,
Brian, Tonya, James, Margaret, Frank, and Tony. So thank you to all those incredible individuals, because without them, I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have upgraded my camera, I couldn't have fixed my laptop last year, or actually got a better laptop when my one died, and I couldn't have improved my audio setup either. So if you want to join this group of incredible individuals and also get hours and hours of bonus content and also get a bonus episode every week and get early access to a lot of genuine chit-chat stuff, all for only £1 a month, please go to patreon.com/genuinechitchat. But friends, thank you so much for tuning in as always. Next week is probably going to be my conversation with Paige of Buddy Pet, talking about dog behaviors and stuff, so I'm very excited about that. Then the week after that is likely to be the next edition of Clone Wars Conversations, so that is going to be season 2, part 2, so that's going to be episodes 12 to 22 with Math and with Dave. So please subscribe to Comics in Motion, please subscribe to Genuine Chit Chat, and please share the show where you can. But friends, thank you so much as always, and I'll talk to you next week.